Hi there. I'm back with the Sex and Abuse series, and I want to say a few words today about sex abuse and lying. And specifically today, I'm going to focus on how allowing someone who is lying to us and using that awareness that we have about ourselves in order to help to protect ourselves further down the line, when we may potentially become more vulnerable to more abuse because we've put up with lying, we've put up with cheating, we've put up with this, that and the other, and we've been unaware of what we may be doing as far as our behaviour in the process is concerned. So I want to say a little bit about lying and the purpose of that. One of the purposes, of course, of lying in general is to deceive and to potentially keep our agenda going in any situation, whatever it may be, and to remain on the down low by covering up everything with a lie. And it's conning, really. It's conning the other person so that we can get them to come in line with our agenda. As far as abuse is concerned, lying is quite a strong tool in the abuser's armoury, of course, because through lying to either the victim and other people around him or her, then they get to remain undercover and they get to be able to continue the behaviour for huge lengths of time. And they could have become used to doing this throughout their life, used to conning people. It can become second nature to some people to lie and to cheat. And they could be okay with that because they believe that it works. Why not do it? There's nothing wrong with it. Today I want to link that lying with us becoming more vulnerable and more open to further abuse further down the line, in order to make us more aware of what could be happening, particularly if we're very trusting. And people who are very trusting often will let their guard down then, and they can become more vulnerable to the other person's deception. But when we become more consciously aware, we tend to then have more of an ability to stand back, have a look at this person in their entirety, and to even at times question whether they are being honest with us or not. And so there's a difference between forgiving someone and then allowing them to continue to do that behaviour again in the future, to continue to lie to us, to continue to cheat, and for us to continue to forgive them, but not having the appropriate boundaries in place so that we don't put ourselves in that position again with someone who has proved themselves to be a liar or a cheater or a con man or woman. So understanding lying, why people do it, which is generally to just continue doing what they want to do, and to also understand that when we continually allow someone to lie, to cheat us, to con us, and we continue to not set boundaries and to take care of ourselves, we could open ourselves up to further abuse in the future, further down the line, and that part of that abuse could be sexual abuse and violence. Because if an abuser sees that you're willing to take the lie, you're willing to take the abuse, you're unable to set boundaries, then they could up the ante then and think that the field is open for them and they can introduce a stronger level of sexual abuse as time goes on, and that could increasingly become more violent. purely because they are abusers anyway, and abusers get pleasure generally out of abuse, but also because of the message we've sent, which is that it's okay to continue with the abuse, rather than set boundaries or to leave, whichever is more appropriate. So I wanted to put lying in the context of potential sexual abuse and violence further down the line, so that we have a little bit more awareness, we remain a little bit more conscious, we look at someone's behaviour as a whole, and we take the appropriate assertive action in order to protect ourselves, and that we keep that tool in our safe relationship toolbox for next time, and we build up these tools through use. So as always, stay safe and very happy. Bye-bye.